we are going to be playing some of the Explore Metagame Challenge. We just went 4-1 with Rakdos Goblins. You can check it out in the live video if you want to see it. We're going to try out a mono black mid-range deck. This list came from Jaffer MTG or TTV, another content creator on Twitch. Check them out. They stream a bunch of times during the week in the evening. And especially if you like Explore content, they do a lot of it there. So there's like a mono black Waste Not deck, and I'm always pretty critical of it because it plays a bunch of like Waste Not's not a good card unless you build your deck around it. And then when you don't draw it, you're just playing a bunch of discard, and I don't know, it seems kind of fringy to me. What kind of drew me is I think Invoke Despair is pretty reasonably placed right now. Against things like Sorin, you're able to pick off Vein Ripper potentially, you're able to hit Sorin itself, the Fables, whatever it may be. You got Lilies, strong 3-drops in Trespasser and Preacher, some Lifelinker in Gifted Aetherborn, Shieldred, bunch of strong removal, discard, stuff like that. We got Bat God at the top end. And we have a lot of land destruction as well, which is nice, and some castles to grind out. Sideboard, we got some Duresses in here. We have Bankbusters for the grindier matchup, Path of Peril for the aggressive decks, Extinction Event for when we need bigger sweepers. Graveyard Hate, Hand Hate, Ashiok is good against Phoenix, it's good against Amalia, kind of mixed into there. The only change I made, they had the 4th Shieldred. I think that's too many copies, and I want to play Kalitas instead. I think it's reasonable against the more aggressive decks. So, how it works if you're new to the challenge, you get basically 7 wins or 1 loss. Wherever you fall, you win some packs. So we got 4 wins, so I won 5 packs and netted 500 gold, which pretty solid value. So let's try this one out, see how it plays out. We played against 2 Vampires, 1 Mono Red Devotion, 1 Gruul Blitz, and 1 Black-White starter deck token. So Vampires was quite popular thus far. Lost a close in 3 to it. Opponent goes first. The first game's kind of like hit or miss. You either play against like a tier 1 deck or you play against like a standard deck. Think could be iffy. If they're on an aggressive deck, this hand's pretty slow. But they took a Maul. Okay, so opponents on the Waste Not deck. Hopeless Nightmare. I don't want to have this for Shieldred. Might have been right to hit a land there. So, first game, if we were on the play, might have been a little bit better. Are you gonna activate it or not? So I think I'm gonna go Preacher here, because they'll minus on Liliana. The Trespasser is harder to kill. What I do need to decide is okay, if they don't activate Lily there, it's pretty good. Okay, so this doesn't get hit by Fatal Push. drain them that way there. So they can minus with Lily, it's fine, but I want to get the back god into play, ideally. They could plus here. They could also minus. Kind of annoying. Hey, Matthias. Yeah, I can update the record. If you check the video I just put out, there was a mono red burn deck that you might be interested in. That bat's super annoying. Interesting. So they take the end there. There's a mono red burn deck. You can check out my Aether Hub. It's there. That one had the highest win rate. It was like an Abosh red deck. That's probably where you want to be. Okay, so we'll do this. They can decide now if they want a Liliana plus. Okay, they don't. What you think? Trade? Let it die? If you like to, we just played a Rakdos Goblins deck. It's basically mono red splash black for Death Whirler and then some like fatal pushes and stuff. That one was also pretty solid. We lost a close match 5 against. I'm very happy for that. Okay, so basically here they can minus Liliana. It kills my Alcazats, but then I could just get it back. Unless they have the end. Watch this be the like one of the end. Come on! Never punished. They play one of. They had it in their hand. Having 2 Cling to Dust main is pretty solid here. Okay, so we are going to get rid of Creature here. So I know we have Trespasser, but I don't want them to be able to get it back with Takenuma. And if they get a creature land, yeah, them just popping that's really good for us. Double bottom. I don't really want to expose that to Fatal Push. That's pretty solid as well. I'm gonna take the 1 damage here. So I did that just in case they had a discard. We didn't want it to get discarded that turn. We're always going to take the 2 damage here. So Takenuma, I can get back Shieldred or Graveyard Trespasser. Just pass the turn here. So I think I'm going to get Trespasser here. It's harder for them to kill. And I can get rid of 2 things from their yard now. So I'm going to get rid of Liliana. Basically, any Takenuma targets I'm going to look to get rid of. Okay, so they had the Edict. Again, that's fine. I can use the Field of Ruin as a way to enable Revolt. Let's draw some cards. Okay, Swamp in hand. So even if they play something, I can double spell this turn. I think we get rid of Fatal Push at this point. They don't have too many targets. And then we just get Preacher going. So this is what I like about the Invoke Despair version. We just kind of outgrind them here, right? Hardcast Virtue. Well, that's certainly a thing. Well, that's a card. How about you get rid of that? That sounds good to me. Get rid of Thoughtseize. Virtue could be interesting in the deck, but it's sorcery speed. Hidden Necropolis. Just play this out, whatever. Can Lily ult them next turn. Just be mindful of clock. We're still ahead on clock. You got a bat. You had a bat. What you got? You got removal? Cool. We done here. We done here. Okay, so waste not. So I definitely want these. I think I just want like threats. The invokes are good because it gives me an answer. Hey, they could have played reasonable cards. Don't think we want Meat Hook. These mid-range matchups, it's interesting because like I don't think you want too many Thoughtseizes. I'm wondering if we play Ashiok and just try to like mill them out. Because like it'll go to a grindy game. I don't think we want Go Blank. I like all the removal. They're on things, so we might want a couple of these. They have Bat, so I do want Fatal Push still. Shieldred's a threat that sticks. Liliana's good here. Liliana's a little bit iffy because they're on Waste Not, but it is just like an Edict effect that maybe we keep around. Probably don't want Kalidas. Let's play the 2 Thoughtseize. Take out the Go Blank. our hand's like largely going to be pretty picked apart. We just want to make sure we have like the answers there. Keep again in this matchup, it's going to be heavy discard. It might be right in this particular matchup to keep the Thought Season just because you want to hit the Waste Knot. Okay, what the hell's Greedy Freebooter doing in the Constructed All-Star? Greedy Freebooter. Okay, no Fatal Push. They could have Lily into Edict. I think we take the damage here. They want the treasure. Likely because they're missing lands. So we'll do it this turn because we basically time walk them this turn. They will get the scry that helps them, but I at least get some value off this trespasser. Top, so that's likely a land. So the Edict here. So they were keeping that on top anyways. They would hit the line for Liliana anyways. Okay, they go Trespasser their own. I'll happily block there. Okay, so I think we bait out with the first one. They had no instant speed answer there. They can always revolt for Fatal Push if they draw one. Okay, so they Liliana. They go to Edict. I think we're doing this. They will get the scry here, which is a bit annoying. But I think this turn we just go like this. I'm gonna field them off the Necropolis most likely. Yeah. So we need to find an answer. Okay, so they do that. Yeah, give me a sec right after this game, and I will paste it. If you need it like right now, if on Twitter you go to Jaffer TTV, it's the list he just posted. Invoke would be good. The end would be good. How about a land? Okay, so that's fine for us. Those die off. That comes back. 1, 2, 3, 4. This needs 5. So we'll just draw a card. How about more lands? Somebody call an ambulance. Classic 3 for 1. It's a bit annoying because they... Oh, I can field that. You want to block. You want to block. Oops. Okay, you can take some damage. How about that? Okay. I'll lose 2 life. You got me. Alrighty. Preacher coming down. Just do this, because now they don't get the life gain. Okay, bye friends! Alright, let me get the list up. That was fun. For me. Too much discard out of that, like... Pop that in, traditional explorer, mono, black, invoke. Save that. There's a deck for anyone interested. All right. We'll run one more with that, and then I need to eat some dinner. And then probably sleep. Hey, Fall Guy, how's it going? Lucky opponent. Blue-white control. Well, this hand kind of sucks. Deduce me. Oh my god, I played the wrong land. So bad. I wanted to put out a threat this turn. Could be Emperor here. I'll let them plus. Just gonna meat hook here, I think. Guess I can Preacher, Edict, but then they just Teferi. I'm annoyed. I played that wrong. Was hoping that they didn't have the kill spell and they got greedy and just plussed, so then I could have killed it and then hit them. They could have March, they could have another Get Lost. I should have done field their Ventress. Whatever, I'm not gonna win this. They got too much advantage. They had a really good hand, and I kind of punted that. Okay, so I'm going to bring in the Ashiok's, going to bring in the Duress, bring in the Go Blanks, bring in the Hearse. Going to take out the Fatal Push. Take out the Meat Hook Massacre. Kling's fine. Gonna trim a Sheoldred. Maybe not Ashiok. Remember, your fun is worth a lot more then some games. We kind of punted that. We gave him the chance of the land. If we didn't play the land that way, maybe have a chance. Yeah, but they had 6 mana up and 4 cards in hand. They most likely have a way to protect, and that basically takes my whole turn and takes me off a land. I'm gonna turn 2 Thoughtseize because I want one of these to stick and have a higher likelihood. Of course. Double No More Lies when one lie isn't enough. Maybe should have taken one of the No More Lies. Them playing Sunfall's a lot worse too than the Supreme Verdict. We're gonna get pinged. Obviously would have loved to be able to Thoughtseize there, but very annoying kind of sequence of things. They kept in lockdown against us, which is kind of strange. Is this an instant? They would have to 2-for-1 themselves. Watch, they're gonna be Teferi. Teferi. What you got? What a top deck. Okay, so they have the option to minus here. They plus. I should have attacked and then tried to end them. I do get to get rid of the Deluge here. I feel like if they had something, they would have done it. The end was probably the correct line. So they can try to find something with that. Keep one on top. So I'm going to respond here. Takes me off the card draw, but they wanted that card on top. So now we either they have to get strip mined or draw a random card. Which I think is worth it. So they exile the Preacher. I want to try to sneak this invoke down. Okay, so they don't have... Oh, their hand is awful. They have 3 Shark Typhoons, 1 Hall as their win conditions. I should have waited for them to go to the draw step. Slight mistake there. Let's draw a card here. So I'm going to go to combat first. How about your hand go away? Alright. Beating up on him now. Top deck deserves another top deck. Get invoked. Alright. Honestly, they're pretty light on threats. They had temporary lockdown, which really doesn't do much against us. They had a lot of make disappears. I think I want the Ashioks just to like mill them. Also, this doesn't do much. Just keep my curve lower. If they were just on Supreme Verdict, no Sunfall, I'd keep it. The one thing I didn't pay attention to is if they kept in counter spells. No. This will not work. This is good. I think I'm just putting Cling to Dust. I actually think I want Cling to Dust. And I put the Preacher away. Okay, so they kept the Deuce. They kept Shark Typhoon. So I'm going to do this because either they have to cycle the Shark Typhoon or veto here. Okay, they hit the land. So lucky. I think we do this. Okay, so they didn't cycle here. So I'm going to do this. I wanted to make sure they didn't have a Wandering Emperor. And now I'm going to take the Teferi. So the reason for that is because with Trespasser, I can always pick off this Deluge. I'm playing into a sweeper here. Might be wrong. But at the same time, okay. It's a good sign, usually means. Do you have settle? You have the counter? Them vetoing there is fine, because it just means my invoke's more likely to hit. I could force here, but no sense in doing so. The concede button's there. You can do it at any point. Might be right to go there, but we don't have a follow-up. Like this, it kind of forces them into having the sweeper. Yeah, like here they're digging for a sweeper. Got him. Got him! Got him, got him, got him. Forgot to update the record. 2-0. Soulless Jailer. Alright folks, I'm actually going to wrap this one up. I'll continue the run offline, but I am hungry and sleepy from travels. The lists will be up on YouTube. There's a bunch of different lists that we showed. There's like 10 for best decks. Definitely check it out. The replay of this will be on if you missed the Goblins one as well. So you can definitely check that out as well. In any case, thank you for watching. Hope you have a great one, and we'll catch you next time.